Hello and welcome to the WoosterSauce. Today I'm resuming the Stanley Parable. In the last episode I got the very best and the very worst endings, and they were pretty good, and now I'm quite eager to find out what the other endings are. So let's begin. Right, so out of the door.
Stanley decided to go to the staff lounge to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him.
Oh dear, oh dear.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No game, I don't think I will. I'll be bad again.
This was not the correct way to the employee lounge, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. So he turned left at the first open door and walked back in the right direction.
Turn left my ass, narrator.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Maybe this is why everyone had left. No one wanted to be around someone as bad at listening as him. And since he was walking into the middle of nowhere and thus ruining the entire story, Stanley decided that he would punish himself. So when he came to the elevator and the doors opened, he stepped inside and pushed the button to go up.
Here we go, okay. Last time I disobeyed him again and pushed the button and went down, but this time we're going to listen to what he says. Up we go. Go up to punish myself. I have no idea what's waiting for me. It's probably going to strap me to a chair. Oh god. Okay, here we go. The elevator took forever. Okay. Hello, it just looks the same. It looks exactly the same. Oh, hang on. Oh, this is different. Oh dear. Oh no, I said he will strap me to a chair. Oh no. Well, now I know where everybody else has gone. Fine. What the heck? What?
It almost perplexed Stanley that he had actually gone and stepped into this metal trap.
Whoa.
After all, it should have been no surprise that this thing would lead him to his death. But he thought to himself, this is simply the price to pay for ruining a perfectly good story. So he resigned and willingly accepted his fate, the inevitable end toward which he had spent so long stumbling.
Oh, God.
Farewell, Stanley.
Well, maybe this was the worst ending. I don't even... No. God. What?
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator
Excuse me?
as he sent his subject down the conveyor belt and into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
It doesn't seem that way. Okay, who the hell are you? Just froze time and let me go. Okay. Thank you, other narrator. Let's drop into a weirdly dark hole. That's more than safe.
It's a shame, then, that for all his work, it was such a meaningless victory for the narrator. Did he really think he would accomplish anything by murdering this disposable vessel?
Hey, who you calling a disposable vessel? I'm a human being. Get weird alien technologies. More TV screens. Alright, let's keep going to the exit. Another miniature roller coaster? Pretty shit roller coaster. It goes
had been
from there to
designed
there.
for him
That's
long
fine.
before he ever set foot here.
The
narrator wanted to kill him.
Run.
Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start.
The exit is... Oh, hello. Freedom again. So this was a good ending.
There's no salvation for either of these two, I'm afraid.
What?
The narrator had as little power over Stanley as Stanley did over the paths that he walked.
What?
But listen to me.
No, that was
the story is not over.
No.
You can still
you rescued me.
You can stop the program before they both
Okay,
fail.
tell me.
Push escape.
Escape.
And press quit.
What?
There's no other way to beat this game.
I'm recording.
I can't. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now, and it'll be your only true choice.
No.
Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
Son of a bitch. Okay, well that was certainly interesting. It just crushed me and turned to black, and then I had to quit for real, and now I'm back at the menu. So let's start again. I'm assuming that was the real ending. I just died, and that was it. Not that my game froze. I don't know.
Stanley decided to go to the staff lounge.
That's one hell of an
to
ending.
check on his co-workers.
Okay.
He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others. So the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him.
So
When
this
Stanley came to
time...
a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Right, I think I've done every... I must have done. Well, there's a few more ways to disobey him on this end. But I want to go... I remember the ending of the last one, there was 2 things to press. I want to press the other one. See what happens.
As Stanley entered the lounge, he was horrified to find not a single person here. He
Cool, it's a
decided he would
lounge?
walk up to see his boss, hoping that he would find an answer there.
Lounge is a junkyard. Come to think of it, this whole place is pretty
Going
shoddy.
to a staircase,
Oh.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay. Do I? Yep, screw you, narrator. Can't help it, I'm sorry.
But Stanley just couldn't do it.
No.
He considered the possibility of facing his boss, of admitting that he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that.
Oh.
And in such
dear.
a competitive economy, was it really worth taking that risk?
Stop locking the doors behind
All
me.
because he believed everyone had disappeared.
Stop it.
His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. Everyone I know simply vanishing out of the blue, there's
Whoa.
almost no other explanation for it. And a nagging fear began to creep up in his mind. Questions that had
I'm
been
going
there
in
all
circles.
along. He just hadn't put his finger on them yet. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
My God, I have no
Why
feet.
did doors close automatically behind him
That's
whenever
what,
he
yeah,
went?
that was pretty
And
weird.
for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar.
They are a bit.
Was he just walking around in
Yeah, I
circles?
kind of am.
Where am I, he thought. And the more he found himself unable to answer these questions, the more questions continued to arise,
Go
until he
backwards
came to
quickly.
the issue that
Yeah.
had been slowly boiling until he could ignore it no longer. Why is there a voice in my head
That's a bloody
dictating
good point.
everything that I'm doing and thinking?
I'm just going to sit down on a chair.
Suddenly, every door slammed shut.
What?
No,
No,
Stanley
no.
screamed. I need to get out of here. I need to know that there's something out there. I need to know it's not just all in my head. And he screamed and clutched at his skull
and,
as
what?
the voice grew harsher and the music in the background rose higher and higher. And then, moments before collapsing to the ground, Stanley clenched his fists and screamed to anyone who might be listening, "I'm not real! I'm not real! Don't believe any of it! None of it's real!" And then everything went black.
What?
This
The
is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Excuse? What? I'm a woman now?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She got dressed, went to work, clocked in, clocked out, and then she walked home.
Oh.
But her walk on this day was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Moments after seeing him, she would turn, run to the nearest police station, and call for an ambulance. But for just a few brief seconds, she merely stood there, unable to move. The tragedy was not the death of a single person. It was that she would never know this man's story, never hear in his own words what had happened to him, or what he believed had happened to him. For to know these things would be to exist inside the head of the man himself. So all she could do was observe from a distance and pity him. But Mariella had places to be and people to meet with, very important people, whose impressions of her would affect her career and indeed the rest of her life.
So she left me
She
here
stood
and
there
didn't
for
call the
only
police.
a moment, looking down at the body.
Oh, she did.
And then she
She ran away. Thank you, Not that I need help or anything. That was grim. That was really, really grim. Holy hell. Okay. Oh, I'm back. New game. Let's go again. Okay, I think there's only one other ending now.
Stanley decided to go to the staff lounge to check
This
on
game
his
is
co-workers.
grim.
He never functioned well by himself.
I thought it would be fun.
Constantly needed support and guidance from others.
Okay, here we go. The final ending. We're going to go up there and press the other button. and find out what it actually does.
The higher Stanley climbed, the closer he felt to freedom.
Oh, I don't know about
The
that.
further from enslavement.
I don't know about that, my friend. Even though you are possibly the most evil narrator I've ever had the displeasure of hearing, I guess. Okay, engage the generator. Let it live, let it control me for my entire life.
Stanley.
Yes.
You didn't just activate the controls, did you?
I think I did.
After it kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself? Is that what you wanted? Control?
Maybe.
Stanley. Stanley. I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were meant to let it go. Turn the controls off and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do better than that.
Oh?
I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power
What?
you think you have. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized that he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
No.
In the event that this
No.
machine is
Bad
activated
narrator.
without proper
No.
DNA identification, nuclear detonators are
Whoa,
set to
no,
explode,
not nuclear.
eliminating the entire complex.
Oh,
How
shit.
long until detonation then? Oh,
Two
let's
minutes.
make it say, 2 minutes.
2 minutes. No.
This is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley?
But you can...
Go ahead. Play with those controls all you like.
Okay.
The real controls are where I'm sitting.
You
Did you
son of a
really
gun.
ever believe you held any power? Did you not think I knew what I was doing? When I erased your co-workers and turned off the machine, I was offering you freedom, an escape. I didn't have to do that. I've run this story many times, and I don't always set you free. Sometimes you just sit there, day after day after day, doing your job forever, and then dying alone.
Oh my god.
But when I actually give you the freedom
This
to
is it.
control
This is
your own
the
actions,
the true ending.
it's not enough.
End it.
I let you go, and you trapped yourself just the same.
How do I need to turn this
You
off?
just weren't made to handle this sort of responsibility, I'm afraid. But you know what you were made for?
What?
Pushing
Yes, I
buttons.
was made for pushing buttons, and let me push buttons.
Get it now? Oh, I'm enjoying this. Tell you what, I'll throw some extra time on the clock just because I'm having so much fun.
What? Excuse me?
There we
Oh,
go.
thank you.
You see, I
Thank
want
you.
to watch you for every long second you try to puzzle this out. After all, it should make sense.
What do I do?
The timer, the nuclear detonation, the mysterious facility, it's all here. This is a video game. Except for one thing there, hero. You've got no weapon, no vehicle. You don't even know where you're going.
That's quite true.
When you saw that timer, you just instinctively started trying to find an exit, didn't you?
I might have
In
done.
fact, I bet you're still looking for a way out.
Shut up.
I bet you're clicking on everything in this
Ah,
room,
you
trying
son
to
of a
open
gun.
doors or vents or something and solve the puzzle. As though this game has a solution, as though it can be won.
Oh.
That timer is not a catalyst to keep things moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. It's the moment when the hero realizes that despite his best efforts, he is powerless to his environment. And then he lets go.
Yep.
He surrenders. And he dies. 30 seconds, Stanley. 30 seconds.
30
Until a
seconds.
boom, and then nothing.
Oh, good.
No ending to this story, just you dying. I suppose you could have gotten an actual ending if you played along, but that just wouldn't have been your style, would it? Instead, you'll perish knowing that the only choice you made here was to turn on that machine and to start this timer. But you won't be alone, because I'm not going anywhere. I'll be here to watch every second of your inevitable life from the time we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Holy. Well, there you go. I think that's probably the true ending. He did say this is a video game. But that was, yeah, I enjoyed that ending. Surprisingly, even though I got blown up. Yeah, that was very, very fun. And I think that's probably all the endings. So all that's left to say now is thank you very much for watching. And I will hopefully see you next time.